Hello everyone, it's Baduk, and today I want to try out IGS or Pandanet. So we've already tried OGS and KGS, and so now I think it's up to Pandanet to let us know which server we want to add as a weekly game, or maybe like alternating with a tie gem or something. We'll find out. So on here I am 8Q, and let's see if we can get a game. Wow, game already, wow. It's a 10Q plus. We'll see how that goes. Now, it is Canadian time here on Pandanet, so it's a little bit different. Okay, finally played a move, so let's just play my normal opening and see how it goes. I think there's like reverse Comey or something here, which is a little bit interesting. If I do the info, yeah, I'm giving him 5.5 points. I like this enclosure. I will take an enclosure as well, just because he took one. And we'll see what he plays. So what we're looking for, of course, we're having a little bit of fun, but we're also looking to see which servers actually plays very different. Now, I was voting for Pandanet. I feel like they're going to play either a little bit better or just different in general. But we are playing a 10Q plus here, so we'll have to see if that matters. Though he is going to take his time, so he may run out of time before we can even get the game going. There we go. He's going to do this one. This one's not necessarily a good idea. When I just connect up my stones, I can extend down. And this is a really bad shape for him. I can just cut directly. So let's just do that. These two stones will be captured, or these two stones will be captured. Or he will turn into a fight, and it'll end up being really bad for him. Looks like I can just extend here to threaten to capture these stones. And then I can Hane on the other side. He needs to play probably the empty triangle, honestly. I think that's the only move for him here. And then I can push on the bottom. Let's keep it very simple and not try to be too complicated with this. And just force him to push on the left side, I think. I think that'll be the simplest way to play here. I could go up one more time and then jump here. Oh yeah, you can't click instantly. I forgot about that. You have to wait a second before you click on IGS. So that's actually a potential pro, honestly. Most of the time you have to click like right away. And so that's it's a little bit awkward. So he's escaping here, and I want to jump ahead of him. So I either have to push one more time and then jump, or I have to try to make an exchange on the bottom first. So we could try doing that. Let's play this move here. The idea is if he attaches, I can make some extra strength. If he's not careful, I get to cut him off as well. Maybe a little bit of an aggressive move, but it should be fine. There we go. If he Hanes here, I get to connect. He should extend once, and then I can jump out here. When he jumps, then I can take the left side. That's sort of the plan. Okay. And then knight's move. Now I should have a really nice eye potential here in the center. He has to jump out, and I can take the left. We'll see. If he doesn't jump out, I can go over the top. Okay, that doesn't really change anything. Okay, now I just take the left side like I said I would. I'm going on the 4th line instead of the 5th line because I want to try to be more secure with territory-wise. This one is interesting. He's invading when he has a weak group, so could pincer, but him jumping out and pushing here is potentially getting this, potentially connecting up. So that's I'm not sure if I want that, but I might. It might be fine. I could do the diagonal here. And if he pulls back, then I could press him down and try to attack that way. Let's try that. Let's try the diagonal. I'm not sure which way is the best way. So let's just try the way that I want to try. There's sort of the normal shape here. And now we can just connect all of our stones up, and he still has this weak group. And it looks like we can get at least a little bit of something here on one of the two sides. But for now, I'm going to peep here. And I just wanted to peep. And then we can either attack from the top side here and try to get some points, or we can leave it for a little bit later. I think I don't mind forcing him to live here as well. So there's a couple options I have. So I think I'll play this move and try to force him to live. Okay. Now he needs one more move. Okay. So I can attach here. And is he alive if I just do that? Because then I can clamp if he doesn't play another move. He can push and turn. Yeah, looks like I should be fine to play this clamp and get secure some more of my points here. He is going to do this push and turn, but it is not necessarily Sente. Okay, so do I need to respond to this? And if I respond, is he alive? So if I play here and he Tanukis, then I clamp. I can still capture the stone. Just a Hane underneath. I extend, he blocks, Atari. Looks like he's probably alive. So we want to just play somewhere else on the board. So let's approach the top side, the top right corner. If he really wants to go after some stones here, I'm not going to fight him on that. And I will just double approach because he's letting me. I think the idea of protecting the center group was a good idea on his end. Pincer. That's interesting. I kind of want to attach here to get some strength. Because he still needs to protect his corner. That is very weird. So I will just Hane this stone. And it looks like we could potentially take the corner here. We can wedge. And if he cuts, I can pull up here or cut him, or just cut him. There's so many options here. So now I could let him live in the corner or force him to come out. I'll let him live in the corner. Makes it simpler to play the game for me. If he connects, though, then I'm 100% jumping. This is his last chance. He needs to come in here. I guess he can maybe push. Will I respond to that? What? Okay, I'm taking the corner now. Okay. And I can go in even more because he can't cut off and kill anything on either side. And it looks like I can jump here, threatening to kill these stones. He wants to cut here. But if he cuts now, I Atari, and then capture these stones. And so now I can just protect on the outside. And he's not alive locally. So he should have just taken the corner, protected himself. He shouldn't have tried to fight in this particular way. This seemed like a little bit of an overplay in that regard. This is sort of the shape here, but I could have also just played the M17. Anything here is fine, I think. I could also play the Knight's move, I guess, huh? I want to push. Yeah, I actually, even though it's annoying because I'm used to Fox, the ability to wait half a second before you can click your move is actually pretty helpful. Take away the vital point here. I don't know if I want to push necessarily here. Just give him this territory. But I do want to attack him from the center. Because even though he's threatening all of these stones, I can protect them with one move. And if I protect them, then he's not alive. And so I would make two groups that are not necessarily alive. So he's going to kill the stones now. He still needs one more move to do it. So it looks like I could try to attack these two stones. Similar move that I did before. To attack the bottom and to get some strength. Same idea here. Him Ataring that didn't really matter. I can just extend. I'm not exactly sure what that move is doing. Okay. He's still not alive. Okay. So I guess I get to capture everything. So just protect here. I like a lot that he's making sure his group in this side is alive, but he still has another group over here that is not alive. And so I'm not really sure what's going on. Looks like I can just take some territory on the top, make sure he can't invade that. So now he has officially captured these stones, completely captured them. But then I also got the R12, R11 stones, and this group is not alive. It seems a little difficult for him to be alive as well. So it seems like he's maybe given it up. I'm just going to connect up underneath. That should be fine. The stronger I get, even if it's just up here, the more aggressive I can be in making sure that this group is potentially dead. Because he does not even have one eye yet. I will prevent him from getting any Aji here. From using any Aji here. And I can wedge here, which is nice. And he has to protect. I guess he doesn't have to protect. He should protect. No, he doesn't need to protect. He should defend his other group. But now it looks like he's just dead here. So instead of surrounding this, I'm just going to continue to play moves in the bottom area. Let's do this one. Threatening to attach at P3 or to attach to the other side, but also just sort of making this a larger area. So I'm very strong in the area. There's only one sort of weakness, which I can defend now with this move. And I can play cover or this one. This one's better for getting rid of his eyes. I guess I can play the one that's better for getting rid of the eye space. He does not have one eye yet. Okay. He can Atari and make an eye here. Kind of. Because I still have this wedge. But he can try something here. I've already captured quite a lot of territory, even not worrying about capturing this group. So I probably don't even need to really do anything here. But I can just block him from connecting. I guess maybe we could be more aggressive too, but we can just play this move to make sure he can't connect to the bottom or threaten to connect. That move is not even really Sente. So I'm going to connect here to get rid of this eye. Because if he pushed down, there was either a ko or I could extend down to make it only one eye. So now there's no eye there. Looks like if we want to, we could wedge here. We could do this one. We could poke here, I think, is getting rid of the other eye. Hurting his shape. Okay, I can just connect, which gets rid of his wedge here that he could have potentially tried to use to do something. Just block here. Is that move Sente? I don't think it is. Looks like I can cut. And I can just extend here if I want to. But I can also just do this Atari. And now there's no cut here because he has to connect here first, which is definitely no good for him to do. Because if he connects here first, he still has to cut, and then I can connect over here. If he cuts on this side, I can Atari and then connect. And there's still a ko if I need an emergency connection. Oh, I forgot there's reverse combing in this game, so maybe it's actually not enough points what I have. But I think it should still be enough. Because I don't think he has enough points. Yeah, just the bottom side, and then a couple points on the left. I don't think that's threatening an eye. It's making one eye here, but that's it. So it looks like I don't really need to respond. Because he doesn't have an eye anywhere else. Can he make an eye somewhere? Is there a move here that can make him an eye? Maybe some sort of peeping? So maybe we play a very solid move here. Super solid move. We'll play this one. Now, I think any peeping should be very difficult for him to make an eye with. think that was his last sort of chance to try to do something, was to exploit any of the uh, shape weaknesses. Even though I'm strong, I think that was the chance. That move. So if he cuts me here, I just connect. If he cuts me here, then I can't Atari and connect anymore. So it looks like I can just connect here. And now there's no Aji on the outside, because he has to connect these two stones and cut me at the same time, and cut me here at the same time. And that move, it's not threatening anything. So I don't have to respond to that. So now we can just play normal moves. We can do the attachment we were threatening to do. Can I cut here? Looks like I could. Let's try it. Now I can just push through. I'm just going to play the simplest way. Just push, push, and then I get to this nice little area of territory, which is really nice to have. And he still has a little bit of an issue here. Looks like we can just block this off from being an eye. We could have probably given that eye to, I don't know what that move does. We could have probably given that potential eye to him because we have this stone here to get rid of it, but it's not too big of a deal. I'm not really sure what that move is doing. So let's just fix our connection here. Looks like a wishful thinking thing. I think this side might be the weakest because he has this turn. Sure, let's protect all of our weakness. We're completely connected up everywhere, so I don't think there's anything he can do. Oh, now he's connecting here, which means that we get to connect on the outside. So unless he can find a way to cut through this group, there's nothing available for him. And that's still only one eye. That doesn't even do anything, I think. He can Atari here, and then he can Atari this one. That could work. I'll just connect then. And just turn here. And I think there's nothing else he can really try. I don't even actually need to respond to that move. So let's do the Hane here. I don't need to respond because I can connect up even if he plays another move here. Except in this case, it doesn't matter because I can just take the corner. And he's just donating points to me in the center. So this doesn't do anything for him. There's this move here, threatening to cut through him, which means that there's no eye here as well. So we just want to play some endgame. Do we want to throw in? It's a good question, right? Feels like if we do this move, Hane's underneath. I guess the Hane underneath would just make it not very good for me to do, right? So I guess we should just Hane. If I can't kill him, I shouldn't play the inside unless I can get some extra benefit from it. Like this, I could potentially get something here. If I play this one, he has to block here. Then I could do this one. He throws in, I capture. That would be an Atari. So we can try this one. If he blocks from this side, then I can at least get this move in Sente. That move. That move, I guess he's alive here, but I just want to get some sort of thing here. I forgot that these stones were actually cut off. I'm fine with letting him do that and getting this connection. Yeah, I forgot that this was all completely alive, but there was still Aji to try to get a little bit more end game wise. I will capture, because then when he Ataris here, I can just leave it and play a move elsewhere, like this Atari here, which I think solidifies a little bit more of my position. I can probably... this doesn't really give me a lot of extra points. I guess maybe it does. It gives me a little bit of points here and threatens to cut through. I was thinking giving him this Hane is a little bit awkward, but I don't think it matters too much. I think there's not really much else, so we'll just play basic pushes and in-game stuff. Yeah. Just prevent the Hane from making points here. That move is not Sente, I think. If he Atari's here, I capture. If he jumps here now, I still push here and turn. There is no other move to make an I believe. So it looks like I can just Hane here safely. I'm not sure what he's looking at. It's hard to know. But I think he did a good job of focusing on saving one of his groups. He just laser focused on only one of his groups when he had two potential weak groups. And I think that was his big mistake here. So if I do this one, he peeps, I connect, he cuts, I Atari. So it looks like it's fine. Looks like I can just do this. Connect. He was very happy. You saw that. He played that very quickly. So he was very happy that I played that block. But sadly, I have this Liberty here, and a Liberty here, and an I. So even if he cuts, there's nothing there. See, I can just Atari. That cut I don't even need to worry about. I can actually just connect here. But I think... I could do this one. This one's a good way to make it a punishment for him, while also protecting a little bit more on the inside. So normally, he could... Maybe because of this Aji, he might have been able to get this move in, the D16 for free. But if he's playing on the inside and I get to play on the inside, then he can't really get that move in for free anymore. Just connect. And I think that's should be basically everything. Just a couple small end game moves to play, and we'll see if he plays all the way to the end. He is 10Q, so I don't blame him for playing all the way. I think it's a little bit different for like a maybe 5Q. I would say that they should resign. But 10Q, I don't know. I don't think they need to resign right away. Looks like I can just keep playing the end game. We can play some more end game, which is cool. Yeah, this is a capture, right? I think that was a capture. And we can push. He doesn't need to connect or anything, but this gives me an extra point here, so might as well. These two moves are Sente for me. Should just take them. Well, this one's Sente. It doesn't look like he wants to take any of these moves here. He's threatening a shortage of liberties with my group. So if he cuts here, I Atari down. He Ataris me. I capture the stone, and he connects, and I'm still connected everywhere. Into the corner, that's alive. So I get to play this move and do some endgame. Since he didn't want to block. Oh, get my drink here. I don't think there's any way to take advantage of this cutoff group on the bottom. So let's just play some more 1 or 2 point moves. Let's do this one for fun. I think they're the same. Okay. So if he connects on both sides, there might be something here. Let me see, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 space. That should live, but 8 spaces means that it could also potentially be a Seki. I think 10 spaces and below in the corner and on the sides are potential Sekis. So he does have to be a little bit careful. But he's probably not going to die in that area. The IGS game is much longer than the other games. Might just be my opponent, but if I remember correctly, all IGS games end up being very long. So maybe I can alternate IGS and Taijim if I choose to play IGS. It is very different from the OGS games and the KGS games so far, but I wouldn't say it's extremely different. It does seem like he's really trying hard to think about his move and think about where he could try to take an advantage, try to live. Maybe there's some sort of cutting point because I can see some of his reading things. Like he wanted to take these moves to create the shortage of liberties on these stones. However, this cut doesn't really work. So I see that he's trying to make it work, but he just doesn't know how to force that. So he was worried here because there is this Atari, and then just a connection on one side, and I think it could have been a Seki, but it doesn't matter too much. I think this is the last move here. There's two. I guess this one's bigger because I have a potential Atari here. But this one's a reverse Sente. So I think they're basically the same. I just connect. kill the stone. I just push through here. You can't quite get enough liberties for this to work, I believe. We'll find out. See, again, like what I was saying, it seems like he's trying very hard to read these situations out. And that is different from the OGS and KGS games. He is trying very hard to read everything out. I can just take the eye. If he connects here, I can Tanuki. If he Ataris me, he's in self-Atari. So let's take this move. So I think if he just works on his reading, and as I said, he was laser focused on one side, but not the other side. He wasn't worried about the other side. Maybe because he could capture stones. Maybe because he was able to read something that he liked here. That's possible. So if he just works on his reading and realizes that he can, realizes that he needs to protect more than one group, then he'll probably actually rank up pretty quickly. He will probably be a stronger rank soon. So this is not a Seki on the left side, by the way, because when I Atari here, he can't connect. I can capture this. It's not even a Ko, really, because he can never really do anything to my group on the left. So it is just the end of the game, I believe. I think there is nothing left other than these Kos, so let's capture a Ko. Sadly, I cannot connect a Ko, but I can capture one. That is threatening an eye. This is the Ko that's in his area, so he doesn't even need to play it. I just want to capture a Ko. That move doesn't work. I can even capture this Ko now to prove that it doesn't work, but yeah, this is the problem when talking at the end of these games, that I start to forget what stones are connected where. I've recorded 4 games today so far. Oh, that's interesting. It's a very interesting move. I like it. See, he's really reading this out. But it's a very optimistic reading. It's possible that I could still cut here, because I have this extra liberty over here. But I'm going to give him this because I think it was a very, very good move to read out. Very good order as well. Because if he played differently, he resigned. Okay. I don't like that, but... So a couple of things that I do not really like about IGS, and that is the review system. I believe you can't turn these dots off, so that's why I don't like to use it. However, I do think that it is a pretty good server. And the new AI thing is getting in the way, as you saw with the the board. It ruined it all. So let's do a quick review. And I think I don't have any time to play my last game. I wanted to record all of the games, but yeah, it looks like I don't have enough time for that. So this is just something you can't do. You can't push down here because this cut does exist. I could be a little bit more nice and just sort of reduce the bottom, but I wanted to see how he handled this cut. The biggest complaint I've heard from people about IGS is whether or not they can fight. And it seemed like he did a good enough job. So he was able to read that he needed to play a very specific way. And he did focus on saving his group. He didn't focus on trying to just invade everything. When he did invade everything a little bit later, not everything, when he did invade on the top left over here, this is an okay time to invade because his group isn't super weak right now. You have to be a little bit careful. Like, I could go in and attack him. If he runs this way, then maybe I can try to use this to attack his other group. But it seems like a little bit of a stretch to do as well, because he could also just run the other way. So I think this is okay. I could try to force him to make me strong in this area and then try to kill this stone. But I think just playing the diagonal is simple. And now we have some strength here, threatening his group, so he jumps out, protects his group. I think maybe trying to move this direction could be better. Because you want to sort of run away from your opponent's strength. Now, there is some Aji in this area, so it's not necessarily bad to jump, but generally you want to try to move away from it. And then if I really try to force him into this area, he can make some shape. So I think this is maybe a slightly better way. Well, when it comes to simple shape-wise, this is potentially better way to play in this area. But just jumping is also fine, because it's hard for me to really attack him in an obviously profitable way. Yes, I can surround him and maybe get some points on the top, or I can try to surround him and maybe get some strength towards the center. But there's no specific direction I need for getting points right now. So that's why I wanted to just approach. And then, I don't know if I approached right away. I did this first, yeah. So I pressured him a little bit on this side to get the corner and to get the side here. And I let him just have this. If I ever want to attack his group in the future, I will have to connect. But if I'm able to get some strength on the top, then me connecting here would end up being very strong. So I actually kind of like that he wants to defend in the center, though I would have just done this right away. This sort of thing right away to see what I do, right? Because I could give this up and connect here. And then if that sort of thing happens, now you can push out. And there's this Hane here that's a little bit annoying for me as white, because he could try to save the cutting stone. And which means there's a little bit of Aji for him to use to make eyes here. So I would have preferred that variation first, because turning here first already gives him strength. I guess I need to go back one more. Turning here first already gives him strength. So now, when he does this cut and tries to do this, I don't need to respond, because he's already gotten the strength and he's probably going to live. So I can just continue taking points away on the other side. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this game, and I hope you had a lot of fun here. I think I like IGS still. It seemed like my opponent was trying to think and be very thoughtful in the game. Anyway, have fun, everybody.